Welcome to the show, Christian. How you going?
I'm awesome. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. So, first thing I just want to ask you is, so tell me a little bit about yourself and why you decided to make the career change to what you currently do.
Yeah, good
Keep it like
question.
maybe,
So,
keep it like maybe 2 or 3 minutes about yourself, nice and short.
is this like is this like a test, or are we going?
No, we're going.
We're going.
It's
Cool,
recording.
man. Cool, man. So, yeah, obviously, my name's Christian Sullivan. I'm 41, single father at the moment, and yeah, it's a really good question actually because my journey has been like quite very interesting. Basically, the why I transitioned into something different is because I was just sick and tired of doing what I was doing. Sick and tired of going back to work. Trading time for money and just not really feeling worthy. You know what I mean? And just not really feeling like this is my passion. And that's why I started to look outside the box. And fate. I believe fate had it that I met my first mentor, Mark Frank Montoya.
Cool. Um, Tell us about the moment where you the moment that was like, you've had enough, like, nah, that's it. I got to do something that I'm passionate about, or whatever I'm doing now, it's not for me. Tell us a little bit about that moment.
Yeah, for sure. I remember it. I remember it very well. I was getting like a lift to work, and I was just like, it was winter, it was freezing cold, and we had to be at work at 6 a.m. So I was going to work. I was getting up at like 4:30, just after my daughter was born a long time ago, like about 8 years ago. And I just remember that feeling of just like, there must be more to life than this. And it just struck me. It just struck me like if someone slapped me in the face. I'm just like, there must be more to life than this. And I've had other moments like this as well, but that's the most defining one where I was just like, I felt that there was more out there for myself. I really knew that. And I didn't know what it was, but I knew that I had to start looking, and just move forward.
Yeah, and then you've mentioned to me oh, well, I know that you've gone on a huge journey of personal growth. Did that start when you found a mentor, or did you happen to find a mentor that just came into your life, and then that mentor helped you on this personal growth kind of journey? Like, when did the mentor come in, before or after you started?
The mentor started, yeah, like definitely once I met my first mentor, that's when the growth journey started, 100%. I didn't really know anything about personal development, personal growth. To be quite honest, I didn't even really know how to be successful at anything because I didn't know that you had to fail forward and keep going and never quit and develop some kind of vision for where you want to go. You know what I mean? All the most famous people who have invented things, and they had a vision. They saw it in their mind before they held it in their hand, so to speak. So definitely after I met my first mentor, that's when I started to learn different techniques and learn his mistakes as well, his business mistakes and his growth journey. And he said, hey, you need to go read this book before I'm going to work with you. So that was interesting.
So, what are some of the best tools that you've used that have helped you on your personal growth journey?
Definitely books, although I'm not a huge reader. Apart from books, definitely audiobooks. Always just plugging in and being on Audible and sourcing the most relevant audiobooks and stuff. That's been huge for me because I can listen to them over and over again, and there's always something to learn. There's always something new to find, because sometimes I won't listen to it for like a year, like again a year later, and I hear something different because I'm on a different place in the journey, so to speak, or I'm in a different place in my business, or I'm just a different place mentally that day, and I'll just be like, I didn't hear that before, I swear. And it's like they're mini breakthroughs. I'll be driving my car along and I'm just like, what did he just say? That's what I was thinking yesterday, like, your biggest fears right now are exactly what you should be doing. And there's something I'm scared of doing like that day or something. I'm just like, oh my God, you're kidding me. Like, he just said that. And he's talking right to me. That's where the biggest breakthroughs come for me, when it feels like people are talking straight to me. When I listen to audios or when I watch training videos from very successful people, and they say things and it's like they're talking straight to me. Same at events too. The events have just changed everything for me. Very similar experiences.
Yeah, cool. No, I definitely agree with the books. When you read them again, either a year later or 3 years later, you definitely can pick up something different than the first time you read it. Because depending on where you are in your life, when you read a book, you'll take some things away that you can apply or that are relevant to you right then. And other parts of that book may not be relevant to you right then, or you may not be able to apply things from that book right then. But then in a year's time or in 3 years' time, there may be something that you can apply and actually learn, or maybe something that you've completely missed that just didn't stick out to you before. That's just a light bulb moment the second time or the third time you've read a book. So that's definitely happened to me. So yeah, and you mentioned events. Any particular events that have been really great that you've enjoyed?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first event really I ever went to, business event, was in Nashville at this huge, crazy freaking hotel with all these different, I can't remember what you call them now. It was like these huge domes. It was a hotel with all these rooms as well. It's actually called the Gaylord Opryum. I think that's how you say it. So it's next to like the Nashville Gaylord Opryum. So nothing to do with gay, like, yeah. That's just what it's called. I'm not sure why it's called that. It's right next to like the huge country music like place where they play country music and stuff. It's right there as well. Cool. So yeah, but this place is like these huge, I don't even know what you call them, huge domes. It's like out of this world, and the hotel's in these domes. So it's all controlled temperatures, and there's canals in there, and like, it's insane. You definitely got to Google it. In Nashville, Gaylord Opryum. So that was my first event in Nashville, and I was just like delirious.
Was that like a business event or a mastermind?
Yeah,
or like a mindset thing, or what kind of stuff was there?
So that was an affiliate marketing event. So I used to be in a company that did affiliate marketing. So promoting digital products that help people learn certain things like blogging, and other things to do with affiliate marketing, advertising, marketing, all those kinds of things. And there's a lot of personal development in that as well. So that was my first event. Oh my God, I can't remember what it's called now. I've got the little name, like little tag thing somewhere here. But cool. That was the first event, and I was just like, this is like insane. It just blew my mind because I was still like jet lagged. The hotel was freaking huge. We had to walk for it felt like kilometers just to get to the room where the event was. And I was just like, this whole thing, there was actually heaps of Aussies there too, which was really cool. But it just blew me away. The whole atmosphere, how friendly people were and who we were learning from. So that's where the events really impacted me. And after that, I knew once I switched businesses and got into the business I do now, I knew I had to get to a company event like ASAP as soon as I started the business. And I did. A few weeks into the business, I went to an event in Bondi Junction. So yeah, events have been huge for me, like big breakthroughs, doing whatever it takes to get to events, literally going to events with just a backpack on my back, flying to America. It's like, oh, that's all I need. Like, just doing crazy shit and kind of, spending thousands of dollars to do it too. And it wasn't a holiday. It was for me to learn from the best of the best. And, that was my first event. The best event was definitely the last time I went to Provo, Utah. You know what I mean? So at a company event there, and just hearing people's stories, hearing why they do the business, hearing all the struggles that people have gone through, and just seeing that they're like everyday people. You know what I mean? That's what blows me away. And then after the events, having like breakout sessions, learning from incredibly successful people that are asking us straight to our face, like, what kind of life do you want to create? What are your goals? Write down your goals right now. Think about the perfect part that you want to meet. Think about, all these different things. And, I'm always kind of it's a weird feeling at events. Like, I used to be really like anxious, nervous, excited, all these different kind of emotions. And now I'm much more relaxed because I've been to like 11 events now. So I'm just like, I know what's going to happen here, but I'm ready. And I set my intentions before the event too. Hey, I want to learn this when I go to this event. And I walk away. It's always better than I think. think it's going to be, because I set those intentions, and that's what I want to get out of it. I don't never go there and go, oh, is this going to be worth the money? I know it's going to be worth it, because investing in yourself is always worth it. You know what I mean? And that's a mindset thing, because not everyone thinks like that at all.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I know I've been to a few events myself, and a lot of people pay just a lot of people aren't interested in the events just simply because of how much they cost, and some of them can cost a fair bit. But there's a reason they cost a lot, because a lot goes into them, and this investment can change your life. You can come away from these events with like breakthroughs, like you said, life-changing things that can just set yourself up for, just amazing motivation and drive and ideas, and just stuff that, for a small investment can change your whole life, the rest of your life. So it's not really a big investment on the grand scale of things, but they're definitely worthwhile if you haven't been to one. Now, going back to audiobooks, is there anyone that has changed your life, like a book that you've read that you want to recommend to the listeners? Could be on anything.
10x from Greg Cardone, for sure. On any level, sport. If you're a sportsman, if you're an amateur sportsman, if you're a surfer, skater, if you're in the military, if you're like whatever, I think 10x will just really shift your perspective on how you can do things as well.
Do you want to explain what that's about a little, so if the listeners don't know what that is? Because I haven't actually read
for sure.
that.
So it's thinking. So it's thinking in a different way. It's really thinking in a 10x fashion. You know what I mean? So Greg Cardone, that's his book and his audio book. And if anyone knows who Greg Cardone is, he's very successful in business, and he's just got that 10x attitude. Yeah. You know what I mean? How can I go out there and do better than others, like just excel over others? And he's very obsessed with it in the audio book. You can tell. Like, not everyone's like that. And it's pretty full on in the morning when I get in my car at 6:30 and I'm listening to him screaming in my ear. You know what I mean? So it's just learning ways to really just 10x what you're doing. So really take it to the next level. Like, everyone works at a certain level. I work my business at a certain level. Everyone, some people are slower, sometimes they're faster. So if you listen to what he's saying and that, I haven't listened to it for kind of a few months now, but it's just really, taking things to the next level and learning the strategies behind it too. Because anyone could go faster, but you got to go faster at doing the right things. You can't just be going faster and go and get, you don't want to burn out and stuff. I nearly burn out definitely a few times in what I do, and I learned kind of the hard way. Okay, force myself to be balanced, force myself to exercise, force myself to get outside, and well, at the moment it's a little bit different, but yeah. So that's definitely one that stands out. I mean, I've got some other ones within the kind of industry that I work in. GoPro from Eric Worre, Go for No is another one as well. Ray Higdon and another. I can't remember the woman that wrote that book, but yeah. So there's a few there for sure.
I'll put the links to those books in the show notes, so you guys can check them out if you want to check them out. So you help people build an online business from their laptop from anywhere in the world. And I've spoken to you recently about branding, personal branding. So what's one of the best things people can do when focusing on their personal brand? Or one of the first things.
Be yourself. Well, I think that's the biggest thing. Be yourself. The first thing is just take action. Be in action. Very
action
simple.
And be yourself. Yeah. Straight to the point.
Yeah.
I like it. I want to move on to Facebook Lives. Now, if someone wants to start doing these, but hasn't, what advice would you give that person? Now, it's probably going to be the same advice as what you just said before. Take action. Is that true?
Um, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's yeah, do your first video. You know what I mean? Just do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've coached many people, and it's interesting who, because it's part of our strategy in how I get people started in their new online business. So we have a set out strategy with what we do, and one of those tasks is to do a Facebook Live. And some people have never done them before. Some people have done a few. Some people have done normal videos. So everyone's different. That's what I love about working with new people too. Everyone's different. Everyone's got a different personality. So yeah, just go for it. That's the main thing. I mean, there's other aspects to it. People are fearful of doing it. The fear creeps in. What are people going to think? Am I going to stuff it up? Is the phone going to be shaky? Is the audio going to be crap? But the biggest thing is just to do it, because it's not going to kill you, unless you jump off a cliff or something. I'm joking, but you know what I mean. Like, that's what I say to people. It's only a video at the end of the day. It's just like getting up in stage in front of 10 people or 2,000 people. It's just people. You're just getting up there and talking, but people are so fearful of that. And so yeah, take action. Do your first video. And I give people topics and stuff like that. Like, if they're like, what do I talk about? Talk about that this is your first Facebook Live video. Like, it's so simple. It's just simple stuff.
There's some good tips there. Yeah, I like that. Moving on to some other questions. If you could place a billboard anywhere in the world with anything on it, where would you put it, and what would it say or show?
That's a good question. I would put it, I don't know. I guess it's going to be permanent. Maybe this shouldn't be permanent, but I would put it in Susan Gilmore car park right above Bar Beach there, and just have believe in yourself.
Nice.
That's it.
I like that.
Yeah.
If you traveled back in time 10 years, what advice would you give yourself? So think back, what exactly were you doing 10 years ago and where you were?
Good question, man. Oh man, 10 years ago. It's a really good question, eh? Start doing different things. Start doing different things instead of doing the same things. Because back, 10 years ago, I was definitely doing the same things. Chasing different jobs. Just doing the same thing. You know what I mean? So you can't do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. So start doing different things. I know it's very simple and kind of, I don't know exactly where I was 10 years ago. I think I know. I think I was living in Sydney, but yeah, I'd have to kind of think back, like do some research. But that sounds
things.
Good. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I can expand on that if you want to, but
yeah, no, expand on it now. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. So start doing different things. I mean, I know when you coach people one-on-one and you say, hey, I recommend that you do this, but they keep doing the same thing. It's just like, hey. So for myself, like, I've definitely been guilty of, just doing the same things and expecting a different result. If you're in a certain job, for most of your life, and you change jobs, but you're in the same title of the jobs, you're probably going to encounter the same types of people, the same types of bosses, the same. So if you're having trouble with that in your life and you don't like the job, you got to do something different. You've got to go train to be something else, or look outside the box and maybe start your own thing, like a side gig, a side business. Find what you're passionate about too. Actually, this is a big one too. Find what you're passionate about. And if you're really, really passionate about it and you really, really hate your job, find a way to monetize the passion. That's what I believe as well.
Yeah, cool. I think what people struggle with is, there's a quote that comes to mind, and I might butcher it, but it's something like, don't cling to a mistake because you spent so long making it. And I just think some people, say, for example, spend 10 years in a career and they don't want to leave, even though they hate it, because they spent so long moving up to where they are. Or maybe they've just done a uni degree and they've spent 4 years studying for this job, and a lot of money getting this degree, why should they just throw it all away and do something else if they spent all this money and this time doing it? So I think that's a predicament that a lot of people are in, because it's like, yeah, well, I'm not really passionate about this, but it's going to be a waste of time and money if I don't do it. But then it's just kind of, you got to just weigh up, you know, sometimes you just make mistakes and you just got to cut your losses. And if you're not happy, you just got to do something you're happy and passionate about. And if you want it badly enough, you'll make it work. How bad
That's
you want
right.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, happiness. Yeah, you just brought out happiness. Then happiness is key. Happiness is key to life, I believe. If you're not happy and you're getting more and more unhappy, man, you only get one life. Life moves fast. Like once you get over 40 and whatever, a year's just goes so fast. Like honestly, I can't believe it. Like a year, my birthday's in a few weeks. I'm just like, for real, another one. But happiness is key. Happiness is key for sure. Like yeah, you've done that 10 years. Yeah, you've been to uni for 4 years. But in my honest beliefs, I really, attempt to follow this as much as I can. I don't think anything's a waste of time. Like I just don't. Like being in a car accident, being in a job you freaking hate, there's always something to learn from it. There's
Definitely.
always something to learn from everything. A shit boss, there's something to learn from it. Show them. Go and freaking go home and work harder on your business. Go home and do more fitness. If you like, you know what I mean? If someone's hating on you, go harder. Go in the other direction and go, okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this faster, harder, stronger. You know what I mean? I really believe that, because that comes back to mindset too. Like I've had haters, a fair few haters in the last 6 months. And I'm just like, it's so interesting because it's a reflection of them, not me. You know what I mean? So I don't want to talk about haters and stuff, but yeah, like happiness is key. And I believe there's always something to learn from it. You know what I mean? And life is short. If you're not happy doing what you do, find something that makes you happy and try a few things. The old Gary Vee thing, go out and try different things. Why not? You know what I mean? I know a lot of people just stuck in their box. Like, honestly, like, oh, no, I don't like those types. I don't like that type of beer or that type of food. Have you ever tried it? No. It's just like, how the frick do you, no, you don't like it. You haven't tried it. Like, yeah. I know people are stubborn and so anyway.
I think that, I think people are scared of failing. And so they just
Yeah,
keep doing what they're doing because they're comfortable and it's familiar
definitely.
and they're used to comfort. And I mean,
Yep.
as we go on and technology is getting better and better, our lives are getting more comfortable, really. So we're experiencing less and less discomfort. For example, you can have whatever food you want. You can just go and order food on Uber Eats to your fucking door. You don't even have to go out. Like it used to be, fast food
Yep.
was revolutionary. You could drive through a window, get some food in like 5 minutes or 2 minutes, and then drive home. Like it's even like you don't even have to leave your door. You can get it delivered to your door. It's just, yeah, we're just, and like aircon and heating, like our, we don't really suffer from extreme heat or extreme cold anymore. We've got aircon that we can set our car to whatever temperature we want. We can set our room, our houses to whatever temperature. We're just so comfortable. And so the more comfortable you make your life, when something is difficult, it just makes it even more difficult because we're used to so much comfort. So I think getting out of your comfort zone
Yeah.
is so important. And that comes back to
Oh,
like those Facebook lives. Doing your first Facebook live is going to be intimidating. It's going to be scary. But when you do that, because you're doing something that's uncomfortable, that's good for you. Doing things that are uncomfortable is actually good for you. And like you said, you grow. It doesn't matter if if that goes well or it goes poorly. There's kind of, I like to look at it like there's no such thing as failure. You either succeed or you learn. That's it. It's a win-win situation. You just got to keep doing things and you'll succeed or you'll learn. and then you'll succeed, and then you'll learn more, and you'll keep learning, and then you keep learning till you succeed. So yeah, that's my rant
Definitely.
on that.
Definitely, man.
What's the other question? Yeah, so if you could give someone a habit to practice for 30 days, what would that habit be?
Oh, good question. Man, I've probably got a few answers. I would say discipline,
So practicing
because
discipline.
discipline equals freedom. You know what I mean? So, and I only just learned this like not too long ago. It was just like the biggest aha moment. I'm just
Is
like, oh my
that
god.
from
Um,
something from Jocko Willink?
yeah, I think so. But I actually heard it from someone else as well, and I heard him say it too. So it's just like, oh yeah, sweet. Um, yeah, because discipline, like there's stuff that we should be doing every day, or there's stuff we should be doing every third day or whatever. But it's having discipline. It's just like I agreed to come on this podcast and record this, and I stick to my word, you know, unless something huge comes up. So I'm disciplined with showing up. I'm disciplined with doing what I do. I have a DMO every day, daily method of operation. I follow that, you know, pretty much to a T every single day. I'll do the business, which is pretty much every day. And it's been hard for me. Discipline is hard. Like people don't like discipline. Like most people don't like it. So I definitely discipline. 100%.
I think that's yeah, I don't know where I've heard that, but I've heard that as well. And I think it was actually in a habits book. I don't know if it was either Indistractable or Atomic Habits, maybe, but they actually used it in a context of like scheduling in your day. And some people look at people that schedule so much stuff and look at them and think, oh, you must be so exhausted, like you must have no time for yourself. But it's the opposite. The more scheduled you are, the less kind of you can schedule in downtime, and you can schedule in stuff and be productive and then also have downtime. So in that sense, discipline is freedom. Whereas if you just didn't structure your whole day, you'd probably get nothing done, and I don't know, you would have downtime,
Yep.
but you may not be productive either, or you may, you know, I don't know. But I think I like to schedule a lot of my stuff so that I can schedule in free, like downtime, or even blocks where I have nothing scheduled in, where I can fill it in with, you know, stuff that I didn't get done, or if something came up and I didn't get something done, I'll just fit that in there as kind of like
Yep.
overflow. And if I have no overflow
Definitely.
that I didn't get done, it's just time that I can do whatever in, like whatever. So yeah, discipline
Definitely.
equals freedom.
Totally agree, man. Like honestly, when I do my business and it's on the weekend or something, if I'm not like locked in and have calls locked in and have it all locked in my iPhone calendar and what I'm doing, man, a day can just go like that. And I get frustrated when I feel like I haven't done anything. I get pissed off. It's like, what have I done today? Like, come on. Because I'm a results person. I want to see results all the time. That's just how I am. And it's bad. Like it's not best kind of habit to have in some ways, because I can be really hard on myself. You know what I mean? Why haven't I done that? Like why? So, but yeah, man, definitely. And exactly like you said, like when you've scheduled stuff in, that's work. And then if you've got 3 hours to go work out, go to the beach, jump on your bike, whatever, you feel so much better doing that exercise when you know that you've done all your work and you've done that stuff. You've talked to the people you got to talk to. You've done the interviews. You've done the webinars, whatever your work is. So 100%, man. Like it's really changed the way I think as well. Being really disciplined with locking in calls and stuff. And I tell people too, hey, okay, we'll do it at 7 p.m. tonight, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. I'm going to lock it in my calendar. So can you do it? Can you do the same as well, please? If anything changes, let me know. Very simple. And people respect that too. People are just like, oh yeah, sure. Okay. Wow. Okay. And then they know I'm busy. You know what I mean? It's just not like just going to be, oh yeah, we might get on at 7 o'clock. Yeah. And when people respect your time, it's because I respect other people's time. It goes both ways. So definitely.
Um, Going into routines a little bit, is there something that you put in your routine every day, either morning or night routine?
Good question. Good question. Yeah. So at the moment, I'm getting right into meditation. I've got like a new alignment frequency coach, and this woman's just absolutely amazing. So doing meditation, I'm following her meditation every single night
Yeah,
before I go to
cool.
bed. So that's something that, yeah, I do every single day.
Yeah, awesome, man. All right, we got to wrap things up. Um, so where do you want to send people? Well, the listeners, where can they find you
Oh man, where do I want to send them? Good question. Um,
on a journey
I
of
mean,
spiritual
face.
growth? Other than that.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure. I mean, I use like honestly, one of my biggest hub is Facebook, just my personal Facebook page. You know, because I do a lot of content on like I do a lot of Facebook lives. I post lifestyle. I ask questions. So Christian E Sullivan. I don't know why the E's in there. It's my middle name, but a letter of my middle name. So Christian E Sullivan on Facebook. I mean, come and friend me. Let's chat for sure.
How do
I'm
you spell
I always
Sullivan?
Sullivan.
Cool. And just
Yeah,
normal
yeah. So
spelling
yeah.
of Christian?
Yep. With a
Yeah,
C.
sweet. Do you have a website or anything?
Got it. Getting a new blog starting soon, or revamp blog, but I can't. There's no web addresses or anything right
Yeah, cool.
at the moment.
Awesome, guys. If you want to find out more about Christian or building an online business, check out his Facebook, and he does some really good Facebook lives. I was just on a branding webinar the other night with him, and that was really good. Check him out. All right, thanks for being on the show, man. It's been awesome.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Alex. Really, I just love the opportunity. It's just good to talk about these type of topics, and super grateful, man. Thanks.
Awesome. Keep it up, man. You're doing well.